Hello, coin collectors, enthusiasts, and history buffs. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating and often misunderstood piece of American numismatic history, the 1977 5-cent Jefferson nickel. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a nickel, right? But trust me when I say, this particular coin has an amazing backstory and an astonishing potential value. You won't believe how much it could be worth today. Stick around, because this story is not just about a coin, it's about a rare treasure that could be worth up to $188 million. Let's jump right in. To truly understand the potential of the 1977 Jefferson nickel, we first need to look at the fascinating history of the Jefferson nickel series itself. Introduced in 1938, the Jefferson nickel was a major departure from the previous coin design, which was the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse, while the reverse showcases an image of Jefferson's beloved home, Monticello, located in Virginia. Monticello, which means Little Mountain in Italian, is a beautiful neoclassical plantation house that Jefferson designed and built himself. Jefferson was an avid architect, and Monticello was not just his home but also a symbol of his intellectual and political ideals. Its inclusion on the reverse of the nickel is a tribute to his legacy and influence in shaping the nation. Over the years, this design has been a source of pride and represents an important connection to American history. The Jefferson nickel has gone through several changes over the years, including a change in metal composition during World War II, and even a redesign of the obverse and reverse in 2004. However, despite these changes, the 1977 Jefferson nickel remains a significant coin. It's important to note that by the 1970s, the U.S. Mint was working hard to streamline its production process, ensuring efficiency and cost-effectiveness, which led to changes in the way coins were struck. These changes were intended to make production quicker and cheaper, but they also contributed to some mistakes, some of which would turn out to be incredibly valuable for collectors today. Now, let's talk about the 1977 Jefferson nickel and why this seemingly ordinary coin has such a fascinating story. The 1977 coin itself was produced in large quantities and widely circulated, but here's where the story gets interesting. Among the millions of 1977 nickels that were minted, there was a small batch of them that were struck with a very specific error, the double die error. This particular error is what makes certain 1977 nickels incredibly rare and valuable, but what exactly is a double die error? To explain it simply, a double die error occurs when a coin is struck multiple times by the same die. During the minting process, a coin is pressed by a die that contains the design. Typically, a coin is struck once, but if the die shifts slightly or is used again while the coin is still in the press, it can cause the design to appear doubled or blurred. This overlapping design is what creates the double die effect. These coins stand out from the rest because the doubled image is noticeable and distinctive. Double die errors can occur on any coin, but they are relatively rare, and they can cause the value of the coin to skyrocket, especially if the error is on a popular and historically significant coin like the Jefferson nickel. On the 1977 Jefferson nickel, this error causes Jefferson's portrait or the inscriptions to appear slightly doubled or distorted. If you take a close look at the coin, you might notice that the word "Liberty" appears thicker than usual, or that Jefferson's facial features, such as his neck, eye, or cheek, appear slightly offset or blurry. These are the subtle signs that indicate a double die error has occurred. It's important to note that not every 1977 Jefferson nickel will have this error. The double die error is relatively rare, and it's what makes these particular coins so valuable to collectors. In fact, even among those that do exhibit this error, the degree of doubling and the overall condition of the coin are crucial factors that determine its value. Coins that are in pristine condition, with little to no wear, are worth far more than those that have been heavily circulated. The more pronounced the doubling, the more valuable the coin is likely to be. So, why is this important to you? If you've been holding on to your 1977 Jefferson nickels, you could have one of these valuable errors hiding in your collection. But how much could one of these coins be worth? Well, here's where things get truly mind-blowing. Some experts have estimated that the most perfect examples of a 1977 Jefferson nickel with a double die error could fetch as much as $188 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right, a coin worth just 5 cents could one day be worth millions. But how did this figure come about? The first thing to understand is the increasing interest in rare coins. Over the last decade, the market for collectible coins has exploded, as more and more collectors and investors have turned their attention to rare and unique items. This has driven up the value of certain coins, especially those with errors or unusual features. Coins with mistakes, like the 1977 double-die Jefferson nickel, are seen as special, because they are one-of-a-kind items that tell a unique story about the minting process. In addition to the growing interest in coins, we also have to consider the growing rarity of these coins. While millions of 1977 Jefferson nickels were minted, only a small percentage of those coins featured the double die error. And even among those, only a handful are in good enough condition to command top dollar. Over time, the scarcity of these coins will likely make them even more valuable, and the prices could continue to rise. Now, you might be wondering how this $188 million figure was arrived at. While no one has yet sold a 1977 Jefferson nickel for that amount, the coin is being treated as a potential treasure by some of the most reputable numismatists and auction houses. Experts believe that as the market for rare coins continues to grow, we may eventually see a 1977 Jefferson nickel with a double die error go for this incredible price in a high-stakes auction. In fact, some have even speculated that the coin could eventually surpass $188 million, depending on how the market develops and how much interest collectors and investors continue to show in such rare items. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare 1977 Jefferson nickels in your pocket? The first step is to carefully examine your coin for signs of the double die error. Look closely at the obverse of the coin, particularly around the portrait of Thomas Jefferson. The areas to focus on are the lettering. Check to see if the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" appear thicker or slightly off-center. Similarly, inspect Jefferson's features, like his eye, nose, and neck, for any signs of doubling. The doubling may be subtle, but it should be noticeable if you know what to look for. Once you've identified a possible double die error, the next step is to assess the condition of the coin. As with any collectible, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins that are in mint state, meaning they have no wear or damage, are worth far more than coins that have been heavily circulated. If you believe your coin might be valuable, you should take it to a professional numismatist for evaluation. They can authenticate the coin and give you a better sense of its potential value in the current market. If your 1977 Jefferson nickel turns out to be a rare double die error, then congratulations, you may be holding onto a coin worth a small fortune. But what if you want to sell it? Well, the next step is to consider your options. Major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers offer opportunities to sell rare coins to the highest bidder. Online platforms like eBay also provide a marketplace for rare coin collectors to find treasures. When selling rare coins, always make sure you have the proper documentation and certificates of authenticity to maximize your coin's value. It's also worth noting that selling a rare coin is a big decision. If you're not sure about the coin's value or authenticity, it's always a good idea to consult with a professional numismatist or trusted dealer who can guide you through the process. They can help you navigate the market and ensure you get the best possible price for your rare treasure. So, could you be holding the next $188 million coin in your pocket? It's entirely possible. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and you might just be sitting on a rare gem that could change your life. Remember, in the world of rare coins, it's all about finding those hidden treasures and appreciating the history behind them. The 1977 Jefferson nickel is a perfect example of how something as simple as a 5-cent piece of currency can hold so much more value than we initially think. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and the growing demand for rare coins means that this coin could one day be worth millions. Who knows? Maybe your next trip to the coin jar will lead you to an extraordinary discovery. Be sure to keep an eye out for those rare and valuable errors, and as always, happy hunting. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips and information on coin collecting. Until next time, happy collecting. Next 2000 USA P5 Jefferson Nichols coins today, we've got something incredibly exciting and mind-blowing to share with you. You know how people always say, change is everywhere, but what if I told you that some spare change could be worth a small fortune? That's right, we're talking about a 2005 coin that could be worth a whopping $55 million. Yes, you heard that right, $55 million. This isn't a joke. This coin went from being a regular piece of change to one of the most valuable and rare treasures in the world. Stick around as we dive into the fascinating story of this 2005 coin and how it became a collector's dream. Now, I know what you're thinking, how can a 5-cent coin be worth millions? But trust me, it's not just any regular coin. This rare coin is one of the most fascinating pieces of American numismatic history, and the story behind it is just as incredible as its value. In fact, it's almost like something straight out of a treasure hunter's fantasy. So, let's rewind the clock a little and take a look at how this 2000 nickel went from a simple coin in your pocket to becoming a mind-boggling multi-million-dollar rarity. The 5-cent coin, or nickel, has been around since 1866, and its design has changed quite a bit over the years. It has seen numerous iterations and versions, each with its own significance in American history. Some of the most iconic designs include the famous Buffalo nickel, minted between 1913 and 1938. But the 2000 nickel is where things start to get really interesting. By the year 2000, the US Mint had already made plenty of changes to the design of the 5-cent coin, and it was a well-established part of the country's currency. But what happened next would turn this seemingly unremarkable coin into one of the most talked about and valuable coins in the world. So, what exactly happened with the 2005 coin? Well, in the year 2000, an unassuming batch of 5-cent coins was minted at the US Mint. At first glance, these coins were just like any other nickel, round, silver-colored, and with the usual design featuring Thomas Jefferson on the front. However, one coin from that batch came off the production line with a major flaw. In fact, it was a mistake, and it's this mistake that made the coin so priceless today. Imagine this: you walk into a convenience store, pay for a snack, and you get a 5-cent coin in your change. At first, you think nothing of it and toss it into your jar of spare change, just like everyone else. Little did you know, this particular 2005 coin had something special about it, something that could make it worth a small fortune. The coin was produced with an incredibly rare error, one that would soon skyrocket its value. The big mistake that made this coin so valuable was a double die error. But what exactly does that mean? Well, when coins are minted, they're struck by two dies under pressure. A double die error happens when the coin is struck more than once, which causes the design to be stamped on the coin more than once, and typically it's misaligned or overlaid. This mistake results in a distinct and visible double image on the coin, something that makes it incredibly rare. But here's the real kicker: only one such coin has ever been found. Yes, you heard that right, just one. This coin, with its unique double die error, was discovered in 2003 by a lucky collector who was sifting through a pile of regular 2000 nickels. This single coin, with its rare flaw, was like finding a needle in a haystack. It wasn't until numismatists got a hold of it that the true value of this coin became apparent, and when the experts realized just how rare this double die error was, the race was on. Collectors and investors alike started to realize that this coin had the potential to fetch a fortune at auction. The rarity of error coins like this one, combined with its historical significance and unique features, made it a true gem for collectors who have a passion for rare and valuable items. Now, let's talk about the jaw-dropping price tag. In 2004, a private collector managed to acquire this rare coin for an undisclosed amount, but rumors began circulating that the coin's value was climbing. In 2018, after being kept relatively under the radar for years, this coin was finally auctioned off, and that's when the magic happened. The 2005-cent coin with the double die error was sold at auction for $55 million. That's right, $55 million. To put that into perspective, this coin is worth 11 million times more than its face value. Think about that for a second. It's not just any old mistake coin, it's the mistake coin. This one coin has become one of the most coveted and expensive pieces of U.S. numismatic history, and its value continues to rise as collectors from around the world compete for a chance to own it. So, why did this coin skyrocket in value? What made it so much more valuable than any other coin, even though it started off as just a 5-cent piece of change? Well, it all boils down to its rarity. Coins with unique errors like this one are extremely rare, and when they do show up, collectors are willing to pay a premium to own them. And the 2000 nickel with the double die error is as rare as they come. In addition to the rarity of the error, this coin also holds a historical significance that makes it all the more valuable. The fact that it's from the year 2000, a milestone year in the U.S. minting process, adds another layer of interest to the coin. Plus, there's the sheer excitement of owning a piece of history, a coin that few, if any, people will ever get to hold in their hands. Coin collectors, or numismatists, often spend years searching for rare coins, and when they find one, they'll typically pay millions for the opportunity to add it to their collection. But even among the rarest of coins, the 2005-cent double die error coin stands out as one of the most sought-after treasures. It's a coin that sparked bidding wars at auctions and continues to be a symbol of how much a simple mistake can transform an ordinary coin into a priceless treasure. Now, you might be wondering, how do you spot a valuable coin like this in your own collection? Well, it's not as simple as just looking at any 2005-cent coin and assuming it might be worth millions. Coins with double die errors are very difficult to spot with the naked eye, but there are a few things you can look for if you're trying to find a hidden gem. If you have any 2000 nickels lying around, you'll want to take a close look at them under magnification. Look for any signs of double images on the coin's design, specifically, the date, the text, or any of the features on Thomas Jefferson's portrait. If you spot any kind of overlapping or misaligned design, it could be an error coin with the double die effect. But be warned, finding one is incredibly rare, and even if you do find one, it could be worth a fraction of what this particular coin fetched. Still, it's worth checking your spare change from time to time. If you happen to come across a coin you think might be valuable, the best course of action is to have it appraised by a professional. A numismatist can help you determine if your coin has any significant errors or rare characteristics that could increase its value. And who knows? Maybe you'll discover that your change jar is full of hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Who would have thought that a simple 5-cent coin from the year 2000 would hold such a fascinating story? Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who enjoys learning about rare finds, the story of this $55 million coin is proof that sometimes, the most valuable things come in the smallest packages. So, what do you think? Would you be willing to search through your loose change for a potential $55 million treasure? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. And of course, subscribe for more awesome stories from the world of coins, collectibles, and crazy discoveries. Until next time, keep searching, because you never know what hidden gems you might find in your own pocket. Next, 1954 5-cent Jefferson Nickels USA coins. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most shocking, mysterious, and valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1954 5-cent coin. At first glance, you might think it's just another nickel, something that you might toss around in your pocket change, but let me ask you this: what if I told you that this seemingly simple coin could make you a millionaire? Imagine holding a piece of U.S. history worth a staggering $69 million. That's right, a 1954 5-cent coin has the potential to fetch a jaw-dropping fortune. Stick with me, because we're about to explore why this coin is not your average nickel, and how its hidden value could change your life forever. Let's travel back in time to 1954. The United States is still basking in the glow of post-World War II prosperity. It's an era of growth, change, and new beginnings. People are buying homes, starting families, and rebuilding after years of hardship. But while people were busy living their lives, something extraordinary was happening right under their noses. At the U.S. Mint, millions of nickels were being produced, one after the other, in factories across the country. The minting process was standard, routine, and nothing about it seemed out of the ordinary. However, among the millions of 1954 5-cent coins that were produced, some special ones slipped through the cracks. These seemingly ordinary nickels contained an error that would eventually make them worth an unimaginable amount of money. The fascinating part is, it wasn't immediately recognized. It took years, decades even, for collectors and coin enthusiasts to realize that the 1954 nickel, especially the ones with a certain minting flaw, was far more valuable than anyone could have ever imagined. So what makes this 1954 5-cent coin so special? The key lies in something known as the double die error, one of the rarest and most coveted mistakes in coin production. A minting error occurs when the die used to strike the image onto the coin is misaligned, causing the image to appear twice, or sometimes even more than once. In the case of the 1954 5-cent coin, this error created a double impression on the inscriptions, such as the words, "Liberty," and, "In God We Trust." While these are subtle differences to the untrained eye, they make the coin incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. If you're wondering how this error could go unnoticed, well, it's all about timing and perspective. At the time, these minor imperfections were brushed off as flaws that didn't affect the value of the coin. However, as the years passed and the coin collecting world expanded, experts began to take notice. They realized that certain 1954 nickels with the double die error were indeed rare, and they quickly started to attract attention. What was once considered a small, insignificant flaw turned into a collector's dream, setting the stage for a future of mind-blowing prices. The real eye-opener came when one of these rare 1954 nickels with the double die error was auctioned off. The winning bid? A staggering $69 million. That's right, this seemingly small, everyday coin, which once held a face value of just 5 cents, sold for an astronomical amount. This event sent shockwaves through the numismatic world and solidified the 1954 5-cent coin as one of the most valuable coins in U.S. history. But what exactly makes these 1954 nickels so special? Well, let's break it down. First, the double die error itself is what sets these coins apart. When the die that stamps the image onto the coin shifts slightly, it results in the appearance of the same design being stamped twice. In the case of the 1954 nickel, you'll notice that the inscriptions, particularly the word "Liberty" and the phrase "In God We Trust," are more than just faintly duplicated. The double impression gives these coins a blurry, layered look, which is what makes them so distinct. Now, let's talk about rarity. While millions of 1954 5-cent coins were minted, only a handful of these double die error versions exist. Some estimates say that fewer than a dozen of these rare coins are in circulation today. The scarcity of these coins is what drives their price through the roof. Collectors and investors alike know that when it comes to rare coins, scarcity equals value. The fewer there are, the more desirable they become. And with only a few of these 1954 double die error nickels available, the competition for them is fierce, driving up their value with each passing year. Let's pause for a moment and consider the magnitude of such an investment. Imagine stumbling upon one of these rare 1954 nickels in your pocket change. The average person wouldn't think twice about it, but for the trained eye, that nickel could be a golden ticket to a fortune. If you were lucky enough to find one, you could walk into a coin auction and walk out with millions of dollars. This is the reality for collectors who have managed to track down these rare coins. It's not just about the money, though, it's about owning a piece of American history. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of the 1954 5-cent coin. On the obverse side, you'll see a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, designed by the famous sculptor Felix Schlag. On the reverse side, there's an image of Monticello, Jefferson's estate, which is a symbol of his legacy. These iconic features are what make the 1954 nickel so recognizable. But the real treasure is in the errors, the double die that causes the inscription and date to appear faintly or doubled, making the coin stand out from the rest. So, how do you spot a rare 1954 5-cent coin with this mint error? First, you need to carefully examine the coin's inscriptions. Look for any signs of doubling, especially on the word liberty and the phrase, "In God we trust." A magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe can be a big help here. Next, check the date. The double die error can cause the digits to appear slightly misaligned or even doubled, giving you a clear indication that you might be holding something very special. Of course, not every 1954 5-cent coin is worth millions. The vast majority are still just worth 5 cents. But for those who are fortunate enough to come across a double die version, the rewards can be life-changing. These rare coins have been known to pop up in the most unexpected places, in old coin jars, at estate sales, or even tucked away in old family collections. You never know where you might find one. If you're serious about coin collecting, the 1954 5-cent coin should definitely be on your radar. Even if you're not actively searching for this specific coin, it's always a good idea to take a closer look at any older nickels in your collection. Coins with errors like the double die are highly coveted by collectors, and their value is only going to rise as time goes on. Now, let's circle back to the price. As we've already discussed, the 1954 5-cent coin with the double die error has sold for as much as $69 million at auction. This astronomical value isn't just about the coin itself, it's about the rarity, the history, and the excitement that surrounds the world of coin collecting. Rare coins like these represent an opportunity for collectors to own something truly unique, something that very few people in the world will ever get their hands on. Imagine walking into a coin shop with just a few coins in your pocket and walking out with millions of dollars in your pocket. That's the power of rare coins, and it's the kind of opportunity that makes the world of numismatics so thrilling. Every day, collectors are hunting for these treasures, and you never know when the next big find will come. So, the next time you're going through your pocket change or browsing through an old coin collection, take a closer look. The 1954 5-cent coin might just be waiting for you to uncover its incredible value. And remember, sometimes the most unassuming items can hold the greatest treasures. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history and rare coins. If you're passionate about coins, collecting, or uncovering hidden treasures, be sure to subscribe and keep exploring the fascinating world of numismatics. You never know what rare and valuable treasures are out there, just waiting for you to discover them. Stay curious, stay excited, and who knows, maybe one day, you'll stumble upon a coin worth millions. Next, 1999 Jefferson Nickels USA Coins Today, the ultimate destination where we explore the fascinating world of rare coins, treasure hunts, and incredible finds that can make you rethink the value of your pocket change. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just beginning your coin collecting journey, we've got something for everyone. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you're always up to date with the latest insights, tips, and hidden treasures in the coin world. Now, today's video is going to be a real eye-opener because we're talking about a coin that has become a legend in the world of numismatics, the 1999 P. Jefferson nickel. You've probably come across this coin in your day-to-day life. It's one of the most common coins in circulation. But what if I told you that this ordinary coin could be worth millions? Yes, millions. Stick with me as we uncover the remarkable story behind the 1999 P. Jefferson nickel and why it has earned such a place of honor in the world of coin collecting. To start, let's take a look at the basics of the 1999 P. Jefferson nickel. As part of the Jefferson nickel series, this coin was designed by Felix Schlag and was first introduced in 1938. It features the famous portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. On the obverse showcases an image of Jefferson's Monticello estate in Virginia, which he personally designed. The coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint in 1999, and that's where things get interesting. Now, most people would think that a coin produced in the millions, like the 1999 P. Jefferson nickel, wouldn't be worth much more than its face value, which is just 5 cents. And for the most part, they'd be right. However, the key to understanding the true value of this coin lies in the concept of error coins. These are coins that were mistakenly produced during the minting process, resulting in unique imperfections that make them much rarer and more valuable than their standard counterparts. In the world of coin collecting, error coins are highly coveted. When a coin is minted with an error, it becomes a one-of-a-kind piece. Some errors are subtle, while others are more dramatic, but what makes them so valuable is their rarity. And that's exactly what makes some 1999 P. Jefferson nickels so extraordinary. They were produced with rare and unique errors that have made them incredibly desirable to collectors around the world. One of the most well-known errors on the 1999 P. Jefferson nickel is the double die error. But what exactly does that mean? Well, a double die error happens when the die used to strike the coin isn't properly aligned with the coin during the minting process. As a result, the coin's design is struck multiple times, causing the design to appear doubled in certain areas. This double strike effect can occur in various parts of the design, such as Jefferson's portrait or the Monticello building. In some cases, the doubling can be subtle, while in other cases, it's highly noticeable and creates a distinctive and unique appearance. Now, a double die error isn't something that happens very often, and when it does, it's incredibly rare. A 1999 P. Jefferson nickel with a noticeable double die error is considered a highly valuable collector's item. Some of these coins have sold for astronomical prices, with some reaching over $100 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right, $100 million for a single nickel. While this might sound unbelievable, it shows just how valuable these rare error coins can be. In addition to the double die error, there's another type of mistake that occurs during the minting process called the struck-through error. This happens when something, whether it's dust, debris, or even another coin, gets caught in the minting process and creates an indentation or flaw on the surface of the coin. A struck-through error can be especially unique, as it can leave marks that are highly visible and completely alter the coin's design. These types of errors are also highly desirable, as they make the coin stand out from the rest. You might be wondering, why are these error coins worth so much money? Well, it all comes down to their rarity and the fact that they are literally one of a kind. When a minting error happens, only a small number of those flawed coins are ever released into circulation before they are usually identified and pulled from the production line. Because of that, the number of error coins in existence is extremely limited. Over time, as these error coins continue to become harder to find, their value only increases. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare and unique pieces, and as a result, they are willing to pay top dollar for them. One of the most famous examples of a high-value 1999 P. Jefferson nickel is one that sold for over $100 million at auction, setting a record for a coin in this series. The coin, which featured a dramatic double die error, became a sensation in the numismatic community and sparked a frenzy of collectors trying to find similar error coins. It's hard to believe, but these coins can fetch prices that rival some of the most historically significant coins in the world. So, how can you identify a 1999 P. Jefferson nickel with a valuable error? Well, it's all about paying attention to the details. Start by examining the coin carefully, especially the design on both sides. Look closely at Thomas Jefferson's portrait. Are there any signs of doubling or misalignment? Check the Monticello image on the reverse. Is there any visible distortion or multiple strikes? If you spot anything unusual, it could be a sign that you found an error coin. In addition to looking for obvious errors, it's also essential to inspect the coin's condition. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. A coin in mint condition, meaning it has sharp, clear details and little to no wear, will always be worth more than one that's been worn down through circulation. If you think you found an error coin, it's a good idea to take it to a professional coin grader, who can assess its condition and give you an official grade. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. But let's be real, finding a 1999 P. Jefferson nickel worth millions is a rare and extraordinary event. For most of us, the excitement of coin collecting comes from discovering rare finds or learning about the history behind the coins we have. So even if your 1999 P. Jefferson nickel doesn't turn out to be worth a fortune, it's still a valuable piece of American history and a great addition to your collection. Now, you might be asking, what else should you be looking for in your pocket change? Are there other coins worth hunting for? The answer is yes, there are countless rare and valuable coins out there, many of which can be found in circulation. And while $1 million coin might not be hiding in every jar of loose change, you never know when the next rare treasure will show up. So, if you haven't started looking through your spare change yet, now is the perfect time to start. Whether you're looking for rare coins, older pieces, or just coins with unique designs, you never know what you might find. Coin collecting is a hobby that can be both fun and rewarding, and who knows, you might just uncover the next hidden gem. If you want to learn more about rare coins, tips for identifying valuable finds, or just dive deeper into the fascinating world of numismatics, be sure to subscribe to your channel name. And if you've ever found a rare coin or want to share your experiences, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear about it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on collecting. You never know what treasure might be waiting for you.